while I'm as entertained as anyone by this personal back and forth about the history of Donald and Carly's career, for the 55-year-old construction worker out in that audience tonight who doesn't have a job, who can't fund his child's education, I got to tell you the truth. They could care less about your careers. They care about theirs. Let's start talking about that on this stage.
A track record of leadership is not a game. It is the issue in this election.
Carly, listen. You can interrupt everybody else on the stage. You got to interrupt me. Okay?
This is my microphone. Many feel Chris Christie had a strong showing. He was talking about everyone that night, including Carly Fiorina and Governor Chris Christie with me live in studio now. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming back here. A lot to go through, okay? You ready?
Yep.
You felt like she was talking over you?
What's the big deal? You just saw the video. She was doing that to everybody on Thursday night, to the moderators, to other candidates, and I quite frankly got tired of it. You know, we all have a right to be on that stage. We have a right to be heard, and Carly may think she can interrupt other people, but I think she learned that she's not going to interrupt me.
Isn't that part of the gig, though?
Well, yeah, but
I mean,
part of the gig
fight for your action.
Good. Well, she fought for plenty of action, and she got plenty of it, but she was now eaten into my action. And so the fact is, she wants to try to do that. I'm going to tell her, you can't interrupt me.
I think it was yesterday you said, I want to hear more about policy from her. She probably argued that she was just addressing the questions that were
what I
asked
said
of her.
yesterday was that I want to hear more about her career at HP. And I think there's a lot to be heard about that, so I'm sure we'll hear a lot about it in the weeks ahead. Well, just, you know, I mean, she gave a very cursory overview of it, and let's see exactly what happened there so that folks can know about her tenure there.
Are you talking about her because she is emerging?
No, I'm talking about her because you asked me. If you had given me the opportunity to start off first with whatever I wanted to talk about, believe me, I would be talking about me, not her.
Fair enough. Let's talk about Donald Trump then.
Okay.
Because Politico this morning is talking about the fever breaking on Donald Trump. You buy that?
Who knows? I mean, the fact is that, again, we're in September, so quite frankly, who cares? I mean, no one's voting for 4.5 months anywhere. And so if the fever breaks, the fever could go back up again, who knows? But it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is getting my message out to the American people and doing my job. And what happens with Donald's going to happen with Donald. That's up to him.
I think 44 or 45% of the questions were focused on Trump.
They were.
You have a problem with that?
Well, I think it's a little disproportionate. Yeah, I do. But, the fact is, how you answer it is up to you. And when I got asked, I think 2 different questions about Donald during the debate, and I just talked about what I thought.
It was my sense that you had a strategy going in there, and it was also my sense that Fiorina had a strategy, and so did Marco Rubio, and you stuck to that strategy. Is that a fair reading of how you approach that?
Sure, of course. You need to know what you want to do when you walk in that room. There's 11 people, and you need to know. My view is this, and you saw it in the beginning of that debate. Candidates are spending too much time talking about themselves and not talking about the people that we want to represent and the problems that they have. And that's what I wanted to be. I want to be on the guy on the stage talking about them.
The reason I ask you that is because oftentimes when we talk, you say, hey, whatever you want, ask it. And I'm not suggesting that you wing it, but it seems like your personality is more open to say, hey, whatever you want to ask me, do it.
Yeah.
But I thought you were being much more specific on Wednesday night.
Well, I was, but also the questions lent themselves to allow me to do it, and I had more time. I mean, I had 3 or 3.5 minutes more time in the debate Wednesday night than I did in the first debate. That's a big amount of time to be able to get more out for yourself, and it allowed me the chance to do that.
Google was tracking all this, okay, and you were trending rather low for about, how long was that debate? Was that 18 hours? For most of the evening.
Only felt that way.
But with your final answer, you spiked, and this was part of your final answer here. Watch.
I turned 18 in 1980. And my first vote was for Ronald Reagan. Boy, am I glad I did it. And I think the country is, too. A Christie presidency won't be about me. It'll be about you. You play by the rules. You pay the taxes. You do the hard things to raise your family. Yet you feel like America's generosity is being taken advantage of.
You watch that now?
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's the way people feel. I've done 22 town hall meetings so far in New Hampshire. That's the way people feel. People feel as if the folks who are playing by the rules in this country are being taken advantage of because they don't have anybody in the White House who's willing to enforce the law fairly and justly. One thing they know about me, 7 years as U.S. Attorney before my 6 years as governor, I enforce the law. I know how to do it, and we're going to level the playing field for folks, not by any kind of special government gimmicks or tricks, because that's what's going on now. We're going to level the playing field by enforcing the law, ending the shenanigans, ending the games.
Quickly, Planned Parenthood. Hillary Clinton is talking again as if it is 2012, and there's a suggestion she will pivot to a war on women. Will that work now in 2016?
It won't work because of the issue. If Hillary Clinton thinks that women in America are in favor of the systematic murder of children in the womb in a specific way in order to maximize the value of their remaining body parts for sale for profit on the open market, I think she's dead wrong. I think she's misevaluating women in this country. No one should be for that. And I want to know from Mrs. Clinton, is she for it? Is she for that? Stop with the war on women, Hillary. Are you for that?
She was asked it yesterday, and there did not appear to be a clear answer.
Of course not.
Final question for you. Will Republicans shut down the government at the end of this month?
I don't know. But I'll tell you this. I'm one of those people who is enormously angry at this Congress because I worked hard last fall also to elect Republicans to take a majority of the entire Congress. And yet what have they done? Have they passed tax reform and put it on the president's desk? No. Have they repealed Obamacare and replaced it? No. They haven't done any of those things. And so I feel a great sense of frustration. I don't know if they're going to add to that by closing down the government or not, but we'll see.
I'm out of time, but thank you for yours.
Bill, thank you, buddy.
Governor Chris Christie.
Good to see you.
See you on the road, okay?
You got it.
Right on. Martha.